bring up Mr. Melvin Fuque, followed by Mr. Ray Moon. If y'all want to start lining up now, that we need to start getting through some of this. Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening. When I first read this, which I received at 4 o'clock this afternoon, I've got a license through the city of Houston. So I feel like I should have, somebody should have took time and at least send me a notice in the mail. You already know how many small businesses are in the city. We already got ordinances in place for small businesses already, that we have to meet. And I don't understand, if this is to protect us, why are you imposing fines, if they're not? Well, in a small business, everybody in the shop is working, and there's going to be some time when signature just get forgotten again, to get, and you telling me that your officer is not going to come in there and find some discrepancies and not write us a ticket.
Right. What I'm telling you right now is that in the law right now, an officer can come to your shop, go through your records, and write you a ticket. Because if I came to your shop and say, okay, see that car over there? Yeah, can I see a work order on it? And you say, I don't have one. Oh, I just got somebody's name on here. And you can't prove that, I can write you a ticket with inaccurate records.
Well,
so,
would you have invoices and we keep records? That's just to protect ourselves.
Okay.
That's part of business.
So if you're keeping records,
it just seems like that. After the first ordinance that we had, the requirement.
What ordinance are you referring to?
What I'm talking about having license posted occupancy.
That's not us. That's a building requirement. That's for every building in the city of Houston. Occupancy. That has nothing to do with this. That's a building requirement, which I would think you would want that
up there. This is just my personal opinion.
Okay.
That after meeting the first requirements, and every year, you're gonna come up with something else, like try to drive a small businessman out.
Okay.
Now you tell me that I'd like to know who was influencing you to even write this.
Well, first of all, I don't like when people say somebody influenced me, because I am a public servant and I haven't been influenced by anyone. I work for the city of Houston. They pay my paycheck. I work in auto dealers for almost 9 years now.
And I've been 30 years.
I've been on police department with that, but I'm just saying that's not the point. The point is that we get calls every day from people who can't get their cars or can't pay. And yeah, maybe that doesn't mean anything to you because you're a good business person. But it does mean something to someone who doesn't have money and can't get their car. It does mean something to them. I like everybody always says, how many complaints do you have? Well, think about it. If it's your brother and he can't, or sister, or mom, or daughter, or son, can't get their car, and it's just one complaint, is that not enough for you? It has to be 1,000 before your one person doesn't mean anything? The thing is that everything in this ordinance, sir, you just said you're already doing it. So if you're already doing it, then I don't understand what the problem is.
This really, what the problem for me is you're threatening to impose a fine on us.
No, sir, I hate when people keep saying that too.
It's written right here.
If you don't, let me tell you this.
That the city will now be able to impose fines from 200 to 500.
They do that now. Sir, that's not new. That's not new. That's already in the ordinance. If this ordinance doesn't pass, that's why I want to get this clear on the fines. When we met with certain groups, what they wanted to do is do civil penalties. Who's familiar with TDLR in here? Anybody have storage lots? TDLR does civil penalties. Mike, how much penalties do they usually give you for civil penalties? Just on a range of one fine. $1,500. $1,500. That's what you want for your industry? That was asked of us by certain groups. We said, no, we're not going to do that. The 200 to 500 has been in the law for years. That's not any different now. If we wrote you a ticket today for parts on the ground, it's the $200 to $500. That's already been there. That's nothing new. It's just since all this come up, you've actually looked at it, but it's been in the law for years. That hasn't changed. Mr. Fuque, thank you. Appreciate it.